Hey everybody, it's Wendy Elaine Wright, the Hollywood Talent Manager. I got an email just now that I'm going to answer in a video because it's just easier for me to do a video than to type my full response back to this. So I'm going to keep it anonymous, but here's what she said. From Tampa, Florida, I have two girls, aged 12 and 10. They both want to be in acting modeling. Just last week I saw online that John Robert Powers is having an audition here in the Bay. As soon as I saw that I signed them up, I got the email day or two telling me times and the scripts my girls have to learn to audition. My girls practiced, and when they went and did their commercial that they learned, no paper was needed. I'm not sure what that means. Blank blank was the one who did the audition for my daughter and said quickly yes. Like they're always going to say yes. You're paying them thousands of dollars. And now they're going to showcase on August 23rd. For the number of weekends, for the next couple of weekends, they will be having acting classes and modeling classes for the showcase. We were told that in the showcase there will be agents from LA, Miami, and New York, and if they like the girls, they'll be signed. Now, I've watched a couple of your YouTube videos, and it's been very helpful. My concern is my girls never went to school for any acting, but they've always gone on YouTube to learn how to act and model. I know that going online is not a good way. Should I be concerned that since they've not done much, they won't get recognized? When they both did their commercial as an audition, everyone was impressed and thought that my husband and I had been taking them to acting classes, but we haven't. My girls really want to be actresses, and we want to do this the right way. So here's my answer to that. And there's very, very common things that this mother has brought up. John Robert Powers is in the business of training kids and presenting them to agents, managers from New York, Chicago, LA, wherever. The classes that your kids take are usually for a limited period of time, and they may or may not be effective in getting your kids to the highest level of their ability. Some kids do really well in their classes. Some kids need more intensive training. When your kids are in front of agents and managers, they're either going to be great and interesting and personable and speak up and be something that agents like, or they're not. If they are dull and boring, there's no agent or manager that's going to want to sign them. If they're energetic and personable and they speak clearly and they're interesting to watch, any agent or manager is going to be interested in talking to you about signing them. Now, that being said, your kids, some need training, a lot of it, and some don't need any at all. There are some kids that are so natural that when they get in front of the camera, they're just interesting, they speak clearly, they have interesting personalities, and you would think they have training, but they have none. They're just naturals. Then there are other kids who have some ability, but they really need training to teach them how to be personable, how to look up, how to make eye contact, how to relate and listen to another person when they're having a scene. They need training. There are some kids who, no matter how much training you have, should not be in television or commercials or film. It's the same as football, you know, or soccer or ballet. Training only goes so far. You've got to have natural talent to go with it. And if you're really gifted naturally, you could get away with some less training. Does that make sense? So in this case, whenever you go to a John Robert Powers or any other showcase place, they're always going to take the kids, and the ones that have absolutely zero talent that shouldn't even be in the room, a lot of times they pass on those kids. Sometimes they don't. I have seen some kids that have no business being in acting at some of those showcases. I've also seen amazing things happen in those showcases. I've seen kids get signed by top agents from New York and LA, and I've seen them go on to do commercials and television and film. It's kind of a crapshoot, if I can use that word, when you pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for these acting classes and these showcases. Yes, your kids are going to be in the room with many agents and managers at the same time, which is beneficial because you're not going to each and every agent's office trying to get an appointment to have your child seen. The people are already there. They want to see your child. So whether your child shines in front of them, I don't know. You know, you'll have to be objective about that. Most parents are not objective, and that's a problem because almost all parents go, oh, my kid is so amazing. They are so good, and not really. Okay, sometimes they're just really not, and the parents can't see that. So if you are trying to get your kids into show business, you definitely want to get them into some kind of improv class, some kind of acting class locally. If they're little kids and they can't read, auditions will always be like improv. You know, they'll have to memorize a couple lines and then show their personality. Once they read, they will have to do something called cold reading. And that is when you take the script, that's just one side, one piece of paper with the lines on it, and they look at it, and then they come up to the camera and they say the lines, and then they look at the line and they say the lines, and then they look and they say the lines. And that skill, teaching them to look at it and say to the camera, is called cold reading. Normally people just they just read like this and they don't look at the camera, and we need to see your connection. That's why you have to take usually a class to learn how to do that. If you are at home, they can practice that. You could just take some mail or take a letter or a magazine, and if they're reading age, and have them look at the paper, learn the line, or just look at the line, get it, and then come up and say it. Look at the line, get it, and then come up and say it. And you should practice that with them at home every day. I think that, going to John Casablancas or John Robert Powers or any of these showcases that are held throughout the country is a fine idea, but it's not the only way to do it. If you don't have money, that is not the way you want to do it. You definitely want to get your kids into an improv class, a local acting class, find a local manager or agent, set up a meeting with them, go in there and talk with them about your child. And if an agent or manager is really interested in working with you, they will sign your child and help you develop them and get them ready for an agent, and then the agent will get them out on auditions, and you could not go to those showcases. So that's another way. But you won't have 50 or 40 agents in one room. So, that's the benefit of doing something like John Robert Powers, is that I just did a showcase, John Robert Powers showcase, last month, and there were 50 managers and agents, and those kids had amazing opportunities to be seen. Whether they were any good or not, we all have our opinions about that. Okay, so that's it for now. If you have any more questions, you can email me at wawentertainment@yahoo.com. Always check out my website, secretsofAhollywoodtalentmanager.com, for ongoing information about the business. Stay close to me if you want to be in the know, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.